Ingrid Superstar was brought into the Warhol Superstar pantheon to spite Edie Sedgwick, who was on her way out of favor with Andy Warhol's inner factory circle. But Ingrid would have an association with Andy Warhol that would last for the second half of the 1960s. And she would be one of the few who Andy would remain fond of even after their parting of ways. Andy would reveal this years later when Ingrid Superstar vanished. Her disappearance would help cement her as Warhol's missing superstar. So little is known about Ingrid Superstar, there isn't even consensus about what her real name was. People believe it was either Ingrid von Scheffen or Ingrid von Schefflin. Nothing is known of Ingrid's childhood. She was a working-class girl from New Jersey who was working as a temp in a Manhattan office before being discovered by the inner circle of Andy Warhol's factory. It was the end of 1965. Andy Warhol's factory's inner circle was having a falling out with Warhol's current it girl, Edie Sedgwick. Both Andy Warhol and associate Chuck Wine were looking to spite Sedgwick. In Wine's case, he had discovered Edie and thus had strong feelings about the deteriorating relationships. This was the backdrop when a group from the factory, including Chuck Wine and Gerard Malenga, walked into a 41st Street bar and came face to face with Ingrid von Schefflin. Poet Renee Rickard was quoted by WarholStars.org, link below, that the Warhol people, quote, noticed, "Hey, doesn't this girl look a lot like an ugly Edie? Let's teach Edie a lesson. Let's make a movie with her and tell Edie she's the big new star." Ingrid was given a makeover to more closely resemble Sedgwick, and then given the moniker Superstar by Gerard Malenga. It would be Chuck Wine, the Warhol director who discovered Edie, that would bring the newly made over Ingrid Superstar to the factory and to Andy Warhol himself. Andy Warhol was also looking for some payback against Edie Sedgwick, so he was very receptive to Ingrid Superstar. Warhol gave Superstar a screen test. It went well, so soon Ingrid was given a second test. Now it was time for Ingrid Superstar to meet Edie Sedgwick. So they brought Ingrid to the factory to meet with Edie, for the sole purpose of making Edie miserable. Here is a photo from the meeting. Gerard Malenga was quoted by WarholSuperstars.org, link below, quote, "Ingrid tried her hardest not to demean her at all because Ingrid was a sweetheart. But Ingrid just totally lacked class. She was this girl from a working class background in Jersey with a Jersey accent." Ingrid was cast as herself in Warhol's Chelsea Girls, which co-starred Edie Sedgwick. Chelsea Girls would be Warhol's first commercially successful film and his last with Edie. And just like that, Edie Sedgwick was gone. Ingrid's purpose had been fulfilled, but her association with Andy Warhol had only just begun. Don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell so you don't miss out on any future uploads from Retro Room. Aside from Chelsea Girls, Ingrid was featured in several other Warhol films released in 1966, including Queen of China, Hetty, The Velvet Underground, Tarot Cards, and Synths. In March of 1966, at a party thrown by Betsy Johnson, Ingrid Superstar had a battle of wits against Lou Reed that was recorded and later transcribed and uploaded to the internet. From June 21st to July 3rd, 1966, Ingrid Superstar filled in for Mary Warrenoff as Gerard Malanga's dance partner in Andy Warhol and his exploding plastic inevitable show featuring Velvet Underground at Poor Richard's. In 1967, Ingrid continued to be cast regularly in Warhol's films, I, a Man, Bike Boy, The Nude Restaurant, and 4 Stars. Then, in 1968, Ingrid Superstar appeared in The New Cinema and San Diego Surf. On March 11, 1969, Ingrid and Gerard Malanga headlined a poetry reading at St. Mark's. Finally, in 1972, Ingrid Superstar made her final appearance in the documentary Andy Warhol. After Ingrid's final Warhol film, San Diego Surf, Superstar packed up her things and moved out of Warhol's factory and back into her mother's home. Aside from some occasionally published poems, she withdrew from the public eye. Ultraviolet was quoted by WarholStars.org about Ingrid saying, quote, Ingrid Superstar retired to Kingston, New York, ballooned up to nearly 200 pounds, floated in and out of prostitution and dealing, and, at one point, judged mentally disabled. She was finally able to find steady work at the local sweater factory. Ingrid Superstar's legacy in the Warhol pantheon is that she was the actress who replaced Warhol's most famous superstar, Edie Sedgwick. But this is only half of her legacy. In February of 1985, Ingrid Superstar called Andy Warhol collect, but he would not accept the charges, saying later, quote, the other day, a call came in from Ingrid Superstar. I didn't take it. I mean, if she's still calling collect. I couldn't face hearing about her life, kids, no kids, married, not married. On a December day in 1986, Ingrid left home to buy cigarettes and a newspaper, according to Ultraviolet, leaving her fur coat in the closet and her false teeth in the sink. She would never return. Andy Warhol learned of Ingrid's disappearance on February 4th, 1987. Andy was not only upset about Ingrid's disappearance, he was shocked that no one had bothered to inform him, saying, quote, the post had a picture of Ingrid Superstar with a big story, Warhol star vanishes. I thought she was going to be at the reunion Billy Name is setting up. I wonder if Gerard gave this to the papers just to get his name in. Bridget never even told me they called about her. I would have cared that Ingrid was missing. People magazine had been calling because they're doing a story on Ivy Nicholson and they wanted me to give a quote. And for her, I told Bridget to tell people we'd never heard of her. But that was only because it was Ivy. Ingrid, I would have cared about. But I bet something did happen to her. Police released a public statement saying that they believed foul play was involved in Ingrid's disappearance. There was no further updates, and Ingrid Superstar was never found or seen again. She was 42 years of age when she disappeared. Well, that's a wrap on another video. Did you guys know that Ingrid Superstar had gone missing? Most of the information that was included in this video came directly from WarholStars.org, although I did use multiple articles for this video, and I will link them in the description below. The majority of it did come from that website. Let me know how you are liking these Warhol Superstars videos. Are you enjoying the playlist? I've gotten some really good feedback so far, but I would like to continue to get some more feedback from you guys. Also, I wanted to take a moment to ask that if you find value in this kind of content, please consider subscribing to the channel so you don't miss out on any future uploads, and also so it helps YouTube know to push this content out to more people. And like always, please comment and like, and also thank you for watching like always, and I will see you guys next time for my next upload. Bye, guys.